Victor was invited to dinner again today. His balance said nothing, so he said no problem for it. He bought his most respectable coat. It wasn't just the coat he couldn't afford, it was the admission. He ordered the whole roast duck, not because he was hungry, because half a duck didn't look successful enough. Everyone called him generous. The system labeled him still qualified to sit at the table. Finally, he paid the bill. At that moment, everyone relaxed. His failure had not affected the presentation. So, he started wondering, maybe respectability was just the art of glazing the cracks. We filed it under Overextended Respectability Syndrome. Turns out, it was one of our most photogenic empty shell dishes.
Every dish on this menu started as a case. Let's see how this one was made.
First, stretch the duck open. Between the skin and the flesh, there must be space. Not too little air, too little, and the skin won't look full enough. It has to look stuffed before it earns a place in the oven. Air is not substance, but it knows how to fill a room. Maltose glaze should be brushed on while it's hot. One layer is not enough, so add another. The color must be bright. The surface must be even. Brush until the skin starts to reflect light. Brush until a knife hasn't even touched it, and the customer already thinks it's expensive. That is the greatest talent of sugar glaze. It makes people forget the original color. A duck cannot be roasted lying down. It has to be hung up, head up, body straight, skin pulled tight. The shape must not collapse. The hook must hold. The heat must stay close. The posture must look good. Some things cannot stand on their own. So first, hang them into the shape of standing. The heat should not be too strong. Too strong, and the skin will crack. Roast it slowly. Render the oil slowly. Inside, it dries out little by little. Outside, it shines little by little. The aroma comes out little by little. The best part is, the emptier it gets, the more complete it looks. Do not serve the whole duck. Slice only the brightest skin. Plate only the neatest parts. Once the light hits it, it is enough for someone to say, how respectable. By now, the method is clear. This was not cooking. This was presentation management. This dish should have ended here. But, oh shit. Why is the oven door still open?
The strange thing about this dish, most people don't remember ordering it. Let's see when you place the order.
9:15 a.m.
Appearance audit passed. The skin is shiny enough. We can send it out to fool people first.
11:40 a.m.
Capacity is not counted as cost. If it collapses, it'll collapse after he gets home anyway.
2:26 p.m.
Price has replaced substance. Make it expensive enough, and people stop asking whether there is anything inside.
6:28 p.m.
Strain has been renamed. Not called forcing it. Called having class.
8:03 p.m.
Silence has been automatically charged. If he didn't say stop, we assume he can still swallow it.
Every time.
Presentation cared for serving. Whether it is empty inside does not affect the appearance.
Order complete.
Not made fresh. Slowly glazed into shape.
So that's where it started. No, that's just where the system started keeping records.
Before the receipt, there was appetite. Most people think he enjoys fancy rooms. Number, he is just afraid the chair will realize the wrong person sat down. Shape is not a price. It is a smell. Once it comes out before anyone says a word, you are already discounted. Limits are best left unspoken in public. Once you say them out loud, people suddenly become very considerate. Considerate enough to remember, this is as far as you go. The best kind of respectability is not making people think you have money. It is looking painless while it hurts. That way, they can keep complimenting you in peace. He doesn't necessarily want to win. He just wants to walk out without anyone following him to ask, how exactly did you afford that night? Don't ask about the budget. Looking like he can afford it is the point. Let him pay first and say, you really didn't have to.
Who keeps recommending this dish?
Nobody. They're just recommending the sales figures.
A woman in our city took her elderly grandparents to climb a scenic mountain. Before departure, her grandfather said a walk downstairs would be enough. A woman said, old people need to see more of the world. That day, the two elderly people rested 17 times in total. The woman took 230 photos and posted 20 moments updates, captions included, "Companionship is the longest confession of love." While her grandmother fell asleep on a bench at the scenic area, she was adjusting the filter.
Some acts of filial devotion do not serve the elderly. They serve the camera. The elderly do the breathing. She does the glowing.
An intern in our city booked 4 private rooms for his manager's birthday. Before the event, the manager said, "No need for formalities." The intern replied, "Just a small gesture." That night, 3 coworkers actually arrived because the private rooms were too far apart. The 3 spent the entire evening toasting each other by phone. The manager joined remotely from home and said, "Distance creates beauty." After the cake was cut, no one on site confirmed who had paid. The intern later posted, "Worth it."
He does not lack social skills. He is simply too good at them, so good that eventually no one noticed he was human too.
A man rented a shopping mall LED screen for his relationship anniversary. Before the event, his girlfriend said, "Don't make it too much." The man said, "It only happens once in a lifetime." That day, the screen played a 30-second anniversary video. Pedestrians continued walking and no effective crowd was formed. Security reminded him not to block the fire exit. His girlfriend said, "Honestly, a message would have been enough." The man interpreted this as she was too moved to express herself properly.
Some romance does not happen between 2 people. It happens backstage inside one person. The budget provides the proof. The audience may be absent.
Multiple platforms in our city jointly launched the Strong Person Feeling Development Plan. The advertisement stated, "Act strong first, and you will eventually become strong." The course includes high-end restaurant photography, elite social media captions, successful person styling, and installment payment management. One participant said, "Although I have not become strong yet, others have already begun to misjudge me." The platform said this was positive psychological suggestion. The bank said this was a quality consumption signal. The brand said this was an entrance to identity upgrading. The system finally determined the user is actively growing.
He thinks he is investing in his future. In reality, he has simply enrolled his anxiety in a course. The most mature success programs usually ask for payment first.
Every generation believes it invented a new problem. Almost every generation is wrong. The faces change. The recipe survives. Let's see how the old masters cooked it.
It was very lively. The king loved listening to the U. Not one person playing. 300 people playing together. The sound was loud. The formation was neat. The clothes also looked quite convincing. Later, Mr. Nangwa stepped in. He could not play, but he knew how to stand, how to nod, how to puff his cheeks. how to move his mouth seriously when everyone else made a sound, so he stayed. No one noticed because when 300 people sound together, one person's silence is easy to cover. He stood in the line, received the same reward, ate the same meal, and looked like the same kind of person. After a while, he got used to it, used to standing there, used to nodding along. Yeah, used to pretending he had a sound in the loudest place. Later, a new king took the throne. The new king said, one by one, Mr. Langwardron, not because he suddenly became evil, not because everyone else finally became smart, just because that day the line broke apart, the sound stopped, the scene was gone. Only he was left, standing there. His mouth was still there. The you was still there. But when it was finally his turn, no sound came out. This is flowers on the tree. The tree never had flowers. Hang them on. And from far away, it looks like it bloomed. A person never had a sound. Step into the line, and from far away, it looks like he can play. Overextended respectability works the same. It starts with one normal wish. Take me seriously. Then it raises your price, polishes your surface, and turns your cracks face down. In the end, it tells you, this isn't overdraft. This is you. Finally looking human.
Never believe you are the exception.
Same story?
New customer.